안녕하세요. 저는 Miyagawa 소입니다. 반갑습니다. Thank you so much for having me here, and congratulations for 120-year anniversary of Korea University, and thank you so much for inviting me, Korea University and KADH. My name is Miyagawa from Tsukuba University. I will talk about this kind of intertextuality studies in the AI revolution. First of all, I'm Egyptologist and Coptologist and also linguist, trained in Germany. And I worked for a 5-year project of making digital archives of Coptic manuscripts and Coptic corpus. I will talk about Coptic later. In Germany, as a wissenschaftlicher Mitarbeiter, I don't know how to translate it in English, research fellow at the German Research Foundation Deutsche Forschungsgemeinschaft, Sonderforschungsbereich, sorry, there are so many German words. Special research domain, or it is translated as collaborative research center, Bildung und religion and education region in the Mediterranean world. I was trained in Germany, so I will talk about many stuff about my project in Germany first, and I will talk about the continuous project I'm doing in Japan, but also in the collaboration with my German colleagues. So let's get started. And the story began from my dissertation, which was submitted in 2022. And this is just kind of result of the project, sub-project of Coptic Studies, this collaborative research center in Germany, funded by German Research Foundation. And I used Tracer software, which was also developed in Germany, funded by their Ministry of Education and Research. And I did kind of text reuse detection analysis, which analyzed like intertextuality between Coptic literature from the 4th to 5th century and Coptic translation of the Bible, especially Old Testament and especially Psalms. Especially there, I used writings of the Coptic monastic leaders of the 4th to 5th century in Upper Egypt, Shenute and Besa. And this is my dissertation, and you can find it online. And Coptic, so I will talk about Coptic and 한국어로는 콥트어입니다. Coptic. Coptic is the final stage of the ancient Egyptian language. So yeah, you can see like hieroglyphs on the right top side corner. Coptic is a descendant of ancient Egyptian. And ancient Egyptian is belonging to Afro-Asiatic language family, which has like Semitic branch, Berber branch, Cushitic branch, and so on. And Coptic is as I said, last stage of ancient Egyptian. The ancient Egyptian has the longest history of writing records. The oldest attestation was from approximately 3,250 years BCE. Oldest attestation was 5,000 years ago. But Coptic is like written in Greek alphabet plus some demotic letters. And it has it had been established around it depends, because there are many attestations of so-called Old Coptic scripts, which is like a try and error of writing ancient Egyptian in Greek alphabet, but it was standardized around like 3rd century and 4th century, especially 3rd century, and this language, Egyptian language written in Coptic alphabet, is called Coptic. And Coptic is still used as a liturgical language at Coptic Christian churches, like Coptic Orthodox churches. There are also churches in Korea, South Korea, and also Japan. And also in the late antiquity, there are many variable religious literature, like early Christianity literature, early monastic literature, Manichaeism, Manichaean literature, and Christian Gnostics literature, and so on. And after or around during my dissertation work, there was a kind of big revolution of artificial intelligence in the natural language processing area, like 2017, like Transformer was published, and the 2018 Birds and so on were published, and like also ChatGPT in 2000, I don't know, 22 or 23. But there are so many good, great tools were made and published in artificial intelligence field. And also there are many people who try to apply artificial intelligence to ancient Egyptian Coptic. For example, OCR, optical character recognition, has been well developed by Lisa Sophia Linke in Berlin. It is for Coptic. And also post-tagging, tokenization, lemmatization, universal dependency tagging, already available by Coptic Scriptorium project, which is funded by National Endowment for the Humanities in the United States. And also two young, very good, great, excellent colleagues from Williams College developed Coptic machine translation called Coptic Translator. And also before Coptic, for ancient Egyptian, like there are many various NLP tools by Sanchez, De Cao, Barucci, Yao and so on, and also OCR by Nederhoff and so on. However, there is no LLM which can process ancient Egyptian Coptic enough, except for a few such as Claude Sonnet and Opus. And we just, with my colleague from Switzerland, Wanna, we did kind of evaluation of machine translation quality of ancient Egyptian. With various LLMs like GPT-4 and Claude 3.5 and Gemini 2.0. Yeah, but they are not as good as for modern languages. Especially Claude is quite good, but I will talk about it later. Now I will talk about it. This is our paper by Audrey Shalbana and me, and it's a bit difficult to see, but we use various criteria, major metrics like bleu, sacré bleu, TR, Meteor, Rouge, and Levenstein distance, and so on. There are so many. And we found like Claude is very good at translating Coptic and ancient Greek. So I tried to use Claude to make better translation. So first I tried to fine-tune Claude, but it takes so much cost and time. And one of my sorry. Yeah, okay. I will talk about it later. But one of my colleagues, three of my colleagues from Japan, who created Humanitext Antiqua. It is like a RAG-enhanced model or app where you can talk with, for example, Socrates, or Plato, or Aristotle. They did retrieval augmented generation with various LLMs, and they gave the ancient classical knowledge to the LLMs. And so this project inspired me a lot. So I tried to create like LLMs or kind of chatbot to explain or educate people with ancient Egyptian and Coptic, and app which can translate ancient Egyptian Coptic into modern languages with a RAG technique. And this is a like Toth AI. Yeah, you can find it online. Yesterday we had the error, but yeah, like I just fixed it last night. Thanks to you. Yeah, so and I created this kind of funny ad with a cameo with Altman, Sam Altman as a cameo.
I want to tell you about Thoth AI. It's an assistant that understands ancient Egyptian and Coptic. It can explain grammar, translate between languages, and even read printed Coptic from a photo. Here's what it looks like in action. Translations.
Okay. And so I use Claude 3.5 Sonnet as a base LLM and use retrieval augmented generation. And I gave the main knowledge is Egyptological and Coptological lexical database called the Comprehensive Coptic Lexicon, which has also pre-Coptic ancient Egyptian etymological data. And we use DeFi platform. First, I used like an open source version, which was on GitHub. But now I'm using like a more commercial version because it's easy to keep. And this is like that. So if you ask Thoth AI translate, I'm very nervous to talk or to give a talk at such a famous university in South Korea. And yeah, sorry, my typing speed is not so fast. Okay, it gives the translation in various stages of ancient Egyptian, but it takes a bit of time. Or Egyptian, like 3,500 years ago, 500 years ago. No, 4,500 years ago. Middle Egyptian, 4,000 years ago. Late Egyptian, 3,000 years ago. Demotic, 2,700 years ago. And Coptic, and another dialect of Coptic. Okay. Yeah. So, sorry. I just shuffled slide. This is a human text Antiqua, which gave a lot of inspiration to me with this great app by Professor Iwata, Professor Ogawa, and Professor Tanaka, which where you can ask any questions to Socrates, Aristophanes, Xenophon, Plato, and so on, and they also give like you can also ask Japanese writers, and so yeah, like Meiji era Japanese writers with Aozora Bunko corpus knowledge and so on. And yeah, you can also ask Greek philosophers any questions, and you can also get the sources, like sources like books by these philosophers. And now Thoth AI has more than 6,500 users. But this is from the last month, so possibly there are more users. And here's a user's voice. I was surprised to receive highly accurate responses when I asked questions about various aspects of Egyptian language, history, and culture, etc. Yeah, of course, there are many errors, but you need to very careful about the hallucination and so on. But yeah, it's getting better and better. And yeah, so there are several metrics, and we created like evaluation of Thoth AI in machine translation from Middle Egyptian, one of the ancient Egyptian variant, into English. Into English, and yeah, we found it is now SOTA model, state-of-the-art model in ancient Egyptian machine translation. Yeah, Thoth AI. So the first row is like it's a human. And I made it as evaluation data. And Thoth AI, Claude, Gemini. Yeah, and most of the scores, Thoth AI is the best. But not just except one one of them. I forgot which one it is. Yeah, and now I applied this Thoth AI for my intertextuality research, which is a continuation from my dissertation. And in my dissertation, I used more statistic-based method like tracer, and I found various new quotations. Like a 4th to 5th century Coptic literature has so many quotations and allusions from and to the Bible, because it is very it gives you authority to have many biblical passages, because if you the monks and nuns had to remember the biblical text, especially the Psalms, by heart. So if you give a lot of biblical quotations in your letters or in your sermons, it gives you a lot of authority. Oh, sorry, I also shuffled my slides. I don't know why, but this is like a result of the Toth AI from the translation from Middle Egyptian into English. But yeah, if you have interest, please take a look at our paper. And yeah, and also, sorry, I just put a text reuse detection slide, but I go back to the, educational kind of use of Toth AI. Yeah, so Coptic has currently revitalization movement. The last speaker was from 17th century. It was reported. It's not so kind of maybe confident because the report is not so very official in the official form, but so in the 17th century at the latest there was a native speaker, but in the 19th century there was a revitalization movement by Claudius Rabib and other activists. And this revitalization movement is still ongoing. And there are many people who are using Toth AI, especially for Coptic. I guess those users were influenced by revitalization movement. And also some people are using Toth AI for more creative works, such as songs and movies and so on. I want to show some of them. But before that, I want to explain about the decline and revival of Coptic. 7th century, it fell out of everyday use because after 7th century Islamic conquest of Egypt, more people got to speak Arabic instead of Coptic, and in the 14th century, there were almost very few people who speak Coptic as an everyday language. In the 17th century, it was the last report of Coptic native speaker. The late 19th century, there was a big revitalization movement. And nowadays, there are people who are using web technology to revitalize Coptic. And there are very nice e-learning tools, e-learning platform called Coptic for All, and also many YouTube videos, and also online immersion education sessions, etc. And one of my friends, Mario Bishara, he from Alexandria, he created Coptic translation of Grimm's Tale, helped or assisted by Toth AI. Of course, he corrected all the errors, and also he made it more natural. And currently, I'm also creating Coptic composition assist because it's not so good to depend on AI completely. AI must be a tool to help people. So I created this text editor, and AI can suggest the next word, and also there's a lexicon search and various other assistation functions. And this is one of the, this is my kind of creative art, but it's a song made by Suno AI. It's a musical generation AI. And also the lyrics were almost done by Toth AI, but I also, of course, modified some of them. Okay.
Mutavaki ethneso sere piero sero nemito
Tel khosero tavaki nem marthero sethuvav nem nerem kachien save nem nesheriet ma.
Okay, thank you. I trained the pronunciation by AI, and yeah, it makes it quite real. Okay, so to the text reuse detection, I need to be a bit in haste. Okay, so this is Shenute, the 4th to 5th century Coptic leader in Upper Egypt, and this is the path database, and this is the location of the White Monastery. And he wrote a lot of letters and sermons, and the monks compiled his works into various books, and these books were codices were copied by many monks, and there are several manuscripts or codices which are copies of sermons and letters by Shenute and his successor Besa. And in their Coptic studies, there are many studies of these texts, and many, not so many, but Coptologists found various quotations from the Bible in Shenute's work and also in Besa's work. And especially Besa, Karl-Heinz Kuhn, German Coptologists, found various quotations with very precise accuracy, very good accuracy. So it is nice to compare this study with AI's analysis or AI's results. But first, I use in my dissertation is Tracer. It is a statistic and algorithm-based method to find quotations and allusions. And these visualization, then you can find green and yellow circles, which were like locations of the quotations and allusions. And there's a very great corpus called Coptic Scriptorium. This text I used was also offered to Coptic Scriptorium, and Coptic Scriptorium is now displaying or publishing these texts with a very rich annotation, like part of speech and lemma and so on. And if you click lemma, you can go to the Coptic dictionary online and you can see the meaning. And these projects were done by NEH-based project called Coptic Scriptorium, led by Caroline Schroeder and Amuse Des. And I also used the data, but first I transcribed digitally, and they used my data, and also I modified some lexical and linguistic data. But they are now online, and. Also, this time I used PASIM, which is I didn't use this program in my dissertation, but this program is quite now used by many projects like Scala. Sorry, not Scala. It is built with Scala, but in major research projects like Biotext and Impresso. Impresso is from, I think it is Switzerland, all newspaper kind of corpus made by University of Luxembourg, and also Kitab. It is pre-modern Arabic manuscript corpora, and they gave a lot of very good visualization of the text reuses. And it is easy to visualize PASIM's results using Python libraries like pandas. But anyway, we have to tokenize Coptic because Coptic is scripto continua. It is continuous scripts written without spaces in manuscripts, but in modern transcription, they put spaces between so-called bound groups, or the function words attached to content word. So you have to tokenize or put spaces between words anyway. So I use this Coptic NLP service by Coptic Scriptorium and Carrier projects. And so this is a Google Colab notebook I created. And yeah, you can also access it, and you can put Coptic text if you know Coptic. Yeah, but you can do visualization with just one click. And this is a result of PathSim, and PathSim has found one new quotation. So I just limited the scope into Besa's third fragment. And Kuhn found 9 quotations from the Psalms, and Teresa found 11 quotations, and PathSim found 12 quotations. So PathSim is quite good, but PathSim found so many other quotations, or they are not quotations, but just idiomatic phrases used in Psalms and Besa. It is also difficult to discern which is idiomatic text reuse and which is real quotation. For example, like fear God, erhote empunute, and so on in Coptic. Yeah, there are so many idiomatic matches. So in PathSim result, we need to reduce these, exclude these idiomatic phrases. And yeah, this is another visualization excluding very obvious idiomatic phrases, but still it takes so much time to identify which is the quotation. This is another visualization, and another ones, and this is another one. Yeah, you can see easily the paratext. And I also did like a counter, like a how should I say, like a back formation. No, I don't know. I forgot the English word. Back, like I mimicked algorithms, PathSim using JavaScript, and created this kind of app. And if you put a Coptic text to Coptic text or Greek text, you can find quotations and so on. And this makes it better, but still it has found so many idiomatic quotations. You can find it here. And you can also give a network analysis by one click. And finally, I use Toth AI, and Toth AI is like chatbot based, so it takes time to find all the quotations, but still, it's very accurate. Like Toth AI found like 16 quotations, so it is better. It found more quotations than PathSim, Tracer, and human, very good Coptic scholar Kuhn. This is one of the examples. These highlighted phrases are the parallel in Besa's fragment 3 and Psalms. Okay, now allusion, for quotation is easy to find, but allusion is very difficult to find by Tracer and PathSim. But how about it with Toth AI? Okay. And we found new allusions, for example, like this. And Toth AI gives also Greek source because Coptic translation of the Bible was translated from the Greek, especially Old Testament is also from Septuagint Greek translation, and it gives analyzes and explains how it is an allusion and so on. Yeah, like this structure parallel between vocabulary correspondence and so on. I think this Toth AI or this kind of chatbot tool is the best for making text reuse detection for allusions, because allusions is so difficult to find by algorithmic based approach like Trace and PathSim. With Tracer, you can also use Coptic WordNet for allusions, but still it doesn't find so many allusions. But Toth AI is a solution for allusions. Okay, so that's all. Thank you so much, and Tisha Pechmot. Thank you. 감사합니다.